Welcome, Ramley. How my Rams super fans doing today? I know you're doing great because we just beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and we're going on to the NFC Championship. Let's talk about it. Now, we tried our hardest to lose this game, but Matthew Stafford simply said not today. He simply played phenomenal. 366 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns, no turnovers, passer rating of 121, and of course in the biggest drive of his career, he puts the Rams on his back, goes all the way down the field in 3 plays and only 35 seconds to win us the game. Regardless of what happens going forward, I better never hear anybody even thinking about the Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff trade. This is exactly the reason why Matthew Stafford is in LA. This is exactly the reason why we gave up all that compensation for him. For plays like this, drives like that, in big time games. Matthew Stafford gets all the respect in the world when it comes to me. I heard it all week long from all the talking heads on TV. This Rams team is more talented than the Bucs team, but this Bucs team has Tom Brady, and this Rams team has Matthew Stafford, and of course I'm taking Tom Brady. And there's no way Matthew Stafford can do this, and there's no way Matthew Stafford can do that. And we've seen Matthew Stafford crush in big time moments, and we never seen Matthew Stafford win a big game. And oh, that Cardinals team didn't deserve to even be in the playoffs, and blah 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 blah. He literally made everybody eat their own words. I mean, he completely outplayed Tom Brady. Tom Brady finished the game with that interception. He also finished the game with only a passer rating of 72. And every week I preach no turnovers, and normally what I mean is no interceptions by Matthew Stafford. How ironic, in a game where the Rams had 4 turnovers, how ironic that Matthew Stafford and his perfect performance is the reason why the Rams win this game. And of course, the Rams defense. And speaking of defense, let's talk about it, guys. Von Miller, at 32 years old, he's still proven time and time again down the stretch here that he's still one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. And we all kind of forgot, including myself, that when he joined this Rams team, he was actually hurt, missing the first game due to injury. Perhaps it took him a few weeks not only to get acclimated to the team and the scheme, but to fully recover from that ankle injury. Right now, Von Miller is playing out of his mind, and we're definitely going to need him down the stretch here as we, play these next few games. Now, I can't lie, the turnovers sucked. But this game left me more optimistic going forward than seeing, 2 or 3 interceptions in a game. And that's because I highly doubt the Rams have another game where they fumble the ball 4 times. I mean, think about it, guys. Cooper Kupp caught 145 balls this year, and he didn't fumble the ball once. Safe to say that probably won't happen again. Brian Allen's quick snap fumble was just miscommunication. The Rams' next 2 games will be in LA. Even though it'll be a lot of 49ers fans, it won't be nearly as loud as it was in Tampa. And I obviously can't tell the future, but I think it's safe to say Cam Akers won't fumble the ball twice in the same game anytime soon. Now we got to talk about our wide receivers here. Cooper Kupp had an amazing day, probably his best performance of the year. Finished with 9 receptions for 183 yards and a touchdown, and he had the huge catch to end the game. Odell Beckham continues to look better and better in his offense week in and week out. He finished with 6 catches for 69 yards, and it's only a matter of time before he has one of these huge breakout games. Tyler Higbee, Van Jefferson, and Cam Akers also all contributed pretty well in the passing game today. Speaking of Cam Akers, the running game didn't go too well, but playing against this stout Tampa Bay Buccaneers defensive line, nobody really has success running the ball against them. So that's probably something I wouldn't really worry about going forward. And on the defensive side of the ball, this Rams defense played great. This defense held Tom Brady to only 55% when throwing the ball. They also forced 2 turnovers on Tom Brady. One was a Nick Scott interception and one was a Von Miller strip sack. They also did pretty good in the running game, holding Leonard Floyd to only 51 yards and under 4 yards per carry. I honestly cannot say enough at how well this defense performed, despite the offense giving up all these turnovers. I mean, Von Miller had 9 quarterback pressures. He had a sack, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. He honestly forced 2 turnovers because he had the pressure that forced the interception. Von Miller was all over the place. The Rams are really going to have to, pony up a pretty nice bag for Von Miller in this offseason to keep him here. And he's probably going to be worth every penny. And Aaron Donald had another Aaron Donald game. Despite getting double teamed on damn near every possession, he still had 7 quarterback pressures. That was tied for most in a game all season for Aaron Donald. He also had a sack, 3 quarterback hits, and him and Von Miller just lived in the backfield all game. We honestly won this game by having great quarterback play from Matthew Stafford and an even better pass rush. It was an amazing sight to see. This game, I have never been more emotional and more excited and more sad and more thrilled all at the same time than watching this game here this weekend. You know, the Rams got up very, very quickly, and the whole time my phone is blowing up. I had people asking me, you know, hey, when's your Super Bowl party? When are you doing this? How do you feel about the Rams going to the Super Bowl? And I'm just like, you know, first of all, hold up. We still have another game to win. Second of all, we still got to beat this game. You know, Tom Brady, at that time, I think we were up 27-3. And it's like, yo, Tom Brady has came back for more in much bigger games, like, you know, that Super Bowl against the Atlanta Falcons. So just calm down a little bit. And then, you know, we've seen turnover after turnover after turnover after turnover. And like depression started to sit in while watching this game. Just having a huge like ball in my stomach. It was a horrible feeling. Horrible. At that point in the end of the fourth quarter, when Leonard Fournette scores a touchdown, it's like, damn, we are not going to do this. You also had the missed kick by Matt Gay, who came up short on a 47-yard field goal. It's like, yo, how do you come up short on a 47-yarder and you're a Pro Bowl kicker? There was talks that he might have injured himself in pregame, so that's the only reason why I could see that happening. But after he missed that field goal, Leonard Fournette comes down and scores a touchdown. And then when Cam Akers puts that ball on the ground for the second time, I felt like I was going to throw up. It was very difficult to watch. Emotions were running extremely high while I was sitting there watching this game. Then, of course, they get the ball, they go right down, they score again, and they tie the game up with 35 seconds to go. And, you know, I just thought, like, man, this is it. Like, it's over. It's going to come down to a coin toss, and if we win the coin toss, we might win. If we lose the coin toss, Tom Brady is probably going to march down the field all over again. Never did it cross my mind that in 35 seconds we were going to see what we just seen, and it was just an amazing performance by Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp. When Matthew Stafford sees that blitz, he steps up in the pocket and he throws that ball 70 yards or whatever it was. It's like my heart stopped for a second. And when Cooper Kupp, fell under the ball and caught the pass, I didn't even cheer. I didn't scream. I didn't jump up. I didn't yell. I sat there, and I kid you not, tears started to fall down my eyes. I never ever cried over a game before, but that was just so much happening at once. Man, I'm so proud of this team. Regardless of whatever happens going forward, man, I enjoyed every second of it. Guys, thank you for watching. Be on the lookout for the preview of the NFC Championship game. Man, that feels good to say. As the Rams take on the 49ers. You can check out that and some more content by clicking right here.